exactly what you got to do. Grainger.com. The instructions are here as well. The phone number is there. The instructions are here. How to open the account, how to get a line of credit with them. This does not require your social security number. You will not be asked for a social security number at all. Okay, just to let you know. This is going purely on business credit on your tax ID number only. No personal credit guarantee. The third one is Vistaprint. Same scenario there. The fourth one is Emedco. You can do all of these, basically at the same time. Emedco, go to Emedco. Even if you don't need anything that's in there, it doesn't matter. Just buy something. If you want to donate it or give it away or sell it on eBay, just buy something. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now what you've done is you got to do that for 3 months. Buy something from each one of those four for 3 months in a row. $50, $50, $50, right? $50. Pay them off 7 to 10 days before they're due to zero balance. And then once you do that, now you're going to start layer number 2. You're going to go to supplyworks.com, which is a Home Depot finance company for businesses, no personal guarantee required. And you're going to apply in person at Home Depot. Okay. So you go to Home Depot, or you can go to supplyworks.com and call them. I think they can take a phone application now. You'll get approved for that. And then layer number 3, once you have that, once you do the Home Depot, keep that for approximately 60 days. Buy something and within 2 billing cycles and pay them off to zero balances. Then you're going to get into layer number 3. You'll get a Universal Premium MasterCard. Okay. The instructions on exactly how to do it is right here. The email address is here. How to print it out, how to fill it out, how to pay your invoice. Again, 7 to 10 days before it's due. The whole works right here. Once you have that Universal MasterCard, also apply for A to B Fleet Visa. Okay, you see that at the bottom? Same exact scenario, the same exact standard of paying it off 7 to 10 days before it's due. And what will happen is those 2 cards, that Universal Premium MasterCard and the A to B Fleet Visa, those 2 cards, when you pay on them for 3 months each, are going to really give you a high paydex score between the payments you made on the other accounts, the other no guarantor accounts, plus these. So 60 days after you've made 2 full billing cycles with the A to B Visa and the Universal Premium MasterCard, by then you should have had your credit repaired. Your credit should be good by then. Okay, you had plenty of time to fix your credit if you had credit issues. So while you're working on your business credit and getting it set up to get you a high score so you can get business lines of credit, which can really help you explode your business, you should be working on your personal credit simultaneously. Okay? Simultaneously, you should be working on your business credit. This form or this document is kind of blurry and it's kind of hard to see. So you're going to look in your PDF files that I sent you. Right now, I'm going to drop the link while I'm talking. Let me go ahead and drop this link. Let me share this right now while I got it up. Create copy link. Hold on a second. I'm going to drop it in the chat, the live chat on both locations right now. That way it's done while we're talking. So hang tight. Okay. This is for business credit. Dropping the link right now to the Dropbox on one site. And now let me drop it over here on the other video that's running simultaneously. Actually, on this, if you're on the Forbidden TV link, it's in the caption of the video. I already put it there. The Dropbox link on the Forbidden Knowledge TV link is on the caption of the video. Just click on that link and you can download all these e-documents, these PDF files. Okay. So this is the basic setup. Again, these YouTube accounts and all these people, they never give you the exact information. This is exactly it. Somebody said they need a 10-minute break. I know I'm about to go on a break. I got to get more water anyway. Right after I wrap up this statement, we're going to go on a quick break and I'm going to come right back and we're going to continue because I know people got to use, I have to use the restroom. So, but they never give you this information. What they do is they lead you on. They kind of give you the idea. They know how to do it, but they want to They just don't give you them. I don't know why. They just don't do it. But I gave it to you, and now you have the link to download it. All right. You have the link. Now, I have the plug for the business loan, no docs. I do have that. However, you have to have this done first. Now, you don't need all of this done, but you'll need at least to have a good credit score. That's going to be very, very important. And I do have the plug for that. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how do you fix your credit. I have a plug for the credit repair, a good one that can clean you up like you wouldn't believe fast and have everything looking perfect. And then after that, I'm going to give you the plug for the business credit, no docs, no tax returns or nothing, $100,000. Okay. So let's do this. Let's take a 10-minute break. All right. It's almost 7:10. So let's come back at 7:20. Let's take a 10-minute bathroom break. Doing the My House deals and getting the house, buying real estate that way. Go to myhousedeals.com, sign up for the account, right? So you get access to those houses, pre-foreclosures, foreclosures, REOs, and houses that like probably most likely aren't on the MLS yet. They have a variety of different types of houses in there. They have houses, land, townhouses, and condos. So it's a variety nationwide. Once you find a property that you think has enough equity versus how much the repairs are going to cost, there's enough profit in there for somebody to make some profit. Even if you added on $10,000 or $8,000 to it, you then put a contract on that house, right? So you take it off the market. Nobody else can buy it. Now you have time. You have about 30 days to close. So you got to find somebody that's going to buy that. Now, you already been working. What I would do is I would be working on investors. I have this investor list I would already build up. But there's people, if you just Google real estate investors, people looking to buy properties for flipping, Facebook groups have them now. They're everywhere. Everybody's starting to flip properties and sell properties like this. So there's a lot of wholesalers out there that want to buy properties and fix them and sell them. And you want to be in between them and the property. So you did the grunt work. You found it. You put a contract on it. You're entitled to get some dollars. You do a simultaneous closing. If you can't find somebody before you have to close, then you call Jackie and get a mortgage, a short-term mortgage on the property, right? And then you have a mortgage for 2-3 months. But who cares? You're going to sell that house anyway, and you're going to get all your money. So it's going to be a landfall because you're going to get from somebody to buy it, and when somebody buys it, that pays off the mortgage loan, and you take your profits and you go on to the next deal. So it's really, really simple. But yeah, myhousedeals.com is a way to make a lot of money. But to me, I thought it was easy work. It was so easy, just sitting at my desk scrolling all day looking for opportunities. It was so simple. So now we're going to talk about the business credit now. We're going to talk about personal credit now. Okay, personal credit. While your business credit is percolating and working, you should be fixing your personal credit, because we know that the business credit, to get it to a high level, is probably going to take about 7 months. Really realistic. I'm being realistic. Anybody tell you, oh, we're going to pop, and you're going to have all these scores? Yeah, you have scores, but you won't have any credit to get anything worthwhile. It'll be peanuts. If you follow my system and you be patient, like I told you in the beginning, patience, and you follow the step-by-step process, you'll be very, very happy in the end. Okay? So you've been waiting all this long. What's an extra few months to get it right? Now, once you start the business credit, you start the personal credit at the same time, because you're going to need that personal credit to tap into higher amounts of funding. You're going to need it when you get to the part where you're trying to get big lines of credit, $100,000, right? So I use rapidcreditboosters.com. There's a commercial that I'm actually in. Let me see if it's kind of funny. I did a TV commercial with them, who's now pregnant, having another baby. She was having her first baby at the time, and she didn't want to be in the workforce anymore. She wanted to stay at home and work. And did I have any ideas? I said, well, you can be a drop shipper. She said, what is a drop shipper? I said, well, you can set up a website that has products on it, but products that you don't have to invest in. You don't have to buy them. You don't have to ship them to your warehouse. You use actual vendors that actually will allow you to put them on your website. And when people buy them, the vendor will get a copy of the order and ship it out for you, and your cut goes right into your bank account. Boom, just like that. She was like, well, yeah, that'd be great. So she started a company based on her son, my grandson, Maverick. And so this is her website. It's called Boss Baby Mav, bossbabymav.com. Okay. And so on her website, she sells organic cotton clothing, healthy clothing for babies. Okay. And so that's her niche. Her niche is healthy clothing. And all the products on her site, she has probably 100 products on there, but she doesn't buy any of them. She don't have to buy stock, restock, pay a shipping company, or none of that. What she does is when she has a special back end, the way I set it up, and she logs in and looks for the drop shipping services and just adds them. You just add the ones you want to your Shopify store, and then they populate as product on your website. And people buy the clothes all the time. She has a lot of people that reorder nonstop. And she makes a great passive income from her website selling babies' clothes. And, so it's a way to make money. You can make money online starting with little or none money. I mean, no money, almost none. It was peanuts. So, there's no excuse. It's just a matter of knowing what to do. This is something that anyone can do. If you have kids, I recommend you have them start running their own websites. The future of money is e-commerce. That's the future. You know how you would get up on a weekend and go, oh, we're going to ride out. We're going to go to the mall. We're going to go to this and that. That ain't going to exist in the future. There will be no riding to the mall. Those stores are going to be gone. All of those stores will be gone in the future. Everything is going to e-commerce. Everything is going. You see Bed Bath & Beyond, they can't hang on. They're about to close down. Amazon put them out of business. Amazon put a lot of retail outlets out of business because it's going to e-commerce. And so, but there's enough room for everyone. Don't say, oh, well, everybody's doing it. No. It's not everybody's doing it. There's still a lot of room. There's still a lot of meat on the bone. I guarantee you. So a way to get your kids, instead of having them get, $10 a week or $5 a week for doing menial chores, why don't you have them do that? But also give them a website. Teach them how to manage, start to manage and run e-commerce. Okay. I'm choking up a little bit because Elizabeth just did sage in the room directly above me and it came through the vent. She's saging upstairs. It always gets my throat. Anyway, so this is important, all right? And this here, so I just gave you another plug. How to start your own website without having any money. That's doing e-commerce, and you can create and build a customer base. A lot of people know, hold on a second. This thing is getting to me. Let me ask her if she's still saging and stuff. Hold on a second. So a lot of people ask me, hey, I know that you had a car before that you said you got a car, a Rolls Royce, and you didn't have to pay for it. What do you mean by that? Like, what were the exact steps that you took to make that happen? So I'm going to break it down for you because literally anybody can do this, okay? And it's going to be in your business name. Hold on one second. She's typing. I got to tell her, no more sage. I'm over here dying. Okay. Getting saged. I'm getting saged out. Jeez. What's going on up there? Man. Okay. I let her know. So basically, what I did was I wanted to have a Rolls Royce, but I didn't want the payment of a Rolls Royce at that time. Because unlike my neighbor that I told you about that just is living paycheck to paycheck, trying to have appearances look good, but suffering financially, I didn't want to be in that position. I wasn't about to drain my finances to make that car payment every month and take away from my investment opportunities and things like that I was working on. I could have afforded it, but that means I would have had to sacrifice other things I was trying to do. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on. And I didn't want to do that. Okay. So I said to myself, I sat back and I meditated on it for a while. How can I make this happen? The first thing I did was I started going and looking at Rolls Royces. I started sitting in Rolls Royces. I even test drove a Rolls Royce. So much so, I was so into them, I was posting them on my social media account. If you go back to my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, before I got my first one, I was posting Rolls Royces on my Facebook page, posting Rolls Royces on my Instagram account. I made a song which ended up getting licensed to Rolls Royce Media Group for a TV commercial before I got my first car. This is all in the process of manifesting. All is mind. Focusing on it, living it, believing it already happened before it happened. Eventually, it happened. I got a car, I got a Rolls Royce and Ghost, which is, I love the Ghost model because the Ghost model you can be driven in or you can drive it. You don't look like you're a chauffeur. If you're in the back seat, they know you got a chauffeur. If you're in the front seat, they say, hey, man, these guys have got a nice car, you know? And so I got the car because I got good credit and I had built my business credit at the same time. So I have been focusing on building my business credit the way I just taught you, okay, step by step. I then also fixed my personal credit at the same time. I got all those inquiries off. Once they came off, I went and got business lines of credit. That company that I had just showed you a minute ago, they're the ones with the credit. Let me go back. This company right here with the QR code. If you contact them, they will get you business lines of credit. As long as your personal credit score is at 700 and your business is at least 2 years old, they will get you multiple lines of business lines of credit of up to $100,000 each with no tax return, no docs required. You hear what I'm saying? No docs required. 700 score, 2 years in business, and some basic business credit would be nice. As long as the credit score is at 700, 2 years in business, you have high probability of getting those lines of credit. Very high. So call that number, 888-704-1133, or use that QR code and request a free consultation. Okay. I had gone through all these processes. Now I wanted to get my car. So I knew I had my business credit right. I had my personal credit right. I had a couple of business lines of credit. Now, this car required a down payment. I think the first one I got, I had to put down $60,000. I took my business line of credit. I put down the $60,000. I put the car in my business name. So the car became a business finance car, which was a business lease, actually. Okay. And so then that took into a whole nother realm of tax breaks. Plus, because that car is I think it's over 7,000 pounds, a heavy car. I gives it another $15,000 in tax breaks because of the weight of the car. That's how big it is. But then also I found, goodness, sorry guys. I found a company that does exotic leasing, exotic rentals. Exotic rentals. There's quite a few of them, right? There's quite a few of these companies. There's so many of them that you can just get on Google and type in exotic car rental service, and they'll pop up pretty much all over the country. And then what you do is you just contact them. That's all I did was I just contacted them. I said, hey, my name is Billy Carson. I've got a Rolls Royce Ghost. I'd like to use it as an exotic rental. Would you be interested? That's it. Simple as that. I had 3 different companies wanting to get that car because they know they can make $900 a day on that car. I found a company. They took the car, and I would let them use it for half the month, and the other half the month I would drive it. So half the month it would actually pay for itself in its car payment, pay for my insurance, and make me a profit. The other half of the month, I'm driving around in a Rolls Royce. Mission accomplished. And I'm getting the tax break, and 100% of my car payment is tax deductible because it's a business lease. See, when you buy a car, you only get a percentage of the depreciated value on your taxes. But when you lease a car under your company, you get 100% of the payment. So not only am I not paying for the car, I'm getting all the credit for the payments that were sent in. It's too easy. It's too easy. That car made me so much money. Okay. It's just too easy. After that car got to 50,000 miles, I raffled it. Right. I don't know if you guys remember, I had the Rolls Royce raffle. I raffled that car off, and a guy named Austin Nelson won the car. And he ended up walking away after taxes with $88,000 cash because he wanted me to sell it for him instead. 88,000. Now I sold raffle tickets for that car. I sold, I don't know, it was 3,800 raffle tickets at $50 a piece. So I made a profit on the raffle tickets. I donated most of that money to kids. I gave this guy the cost of the car. Everybody's happy. The car on its way out, on its way leaving me, it made money and still helped somebody. That guy was homeless, living on an air mattress, no car, got divorced. He got a car, he got an apartment. He moved from California to Austin, Texas. Austin moved to Austin, got him a nice apartment, and reinvested into himself and got his business back going again from that one car, that one Rolls Royce, which is in this photo right here. This is in front of my old house. This is a meme I had posted on Billy Carson official Instagram account. It says, pocket watchers see materialism. Entrepreneurs see an exotic rental income of $4,500 per day. You see, when I posted this, the comment feed was lighting up. Oh man, you're showing off. No, I'm not. I'm showing you how to make money, is what I'm showing you. I'm showing you how to fish. Right here in this photo, I got 3 Rolls Royces. Behind the Rolls Royce, I got a 2021 S580 Mercedes. And behind others on the other side, that's a 2021 Cadillac Escalade fully loaded. I'll never go broke. If anything happened to this and that over here or that over there, I can just put my cars on the street. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat really good too. All these are in business credit. Look at it. Let me show you. Let me show you guys. Here goes Austin Nelson, by the way, and there goes the check. That's the check for show, but he got the real bank wires. What he got, but that check was for show. He got the 88,000. Austin Nelson. He got that Ghost right there. Nice car. Okay, exotic car. Here, I'm giving up the plugs again. I'm coming with the receipts, a literal receipt. This is for the Rolls Royce Ghost that I have now. This is the same company I used to finance the previous one you just saw. Exotic car leasing. Okay. Exotic car leasing. Credit, not really an issue. They only go by this. Can you afford the payment? They're going to analyze, can you afford the payment? And if after they do their research, if they believe you can afford the payment, you can have the car. It's not a typical finance, not a typical lease like you think. This is for people with a couple reasons. One, some people have credit situations or issues that's preventing them from going to the main finance company, like walking into Rolls Royce and saying, let me use your Rolls Royce bank. The second thing is, what I love about this company and why I chose them is because they don't report to your personal credit bureau, which is huge. They do not report to your credit bureau or your car payments. It goes in your company name. Yes, you are the personal guarantor, but they don't report. Why is that important? Well, look at my car payment on this car. My car payment is $6,410 a month. The car balance, I think, is, I don't know, it's the lease, but the car value is $380,000 or something like that. I don't want that on my credit. That's going to make my debt to income ratio vanish. It's going to destroy my debt to income ratio. It's going to look like I got too much debt. They don't report it. This is the beautiful thing about this company. It's easy to get approved. You can get any kind of car you want, any kind of luxury car you've been dreaming of, as long as you can afford to pay it. And they don't report to the credit bureau. It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. This is a real plug right here. This is a real plug. I'm telling you, you want to build a fleet of cars? You want to have a luxury car? This is the place right here. This is another car. This is the Cadillac Escalade. You can see all it did was white out the VIN number. The payment on that is $1,765. Again, if I were to go to conventional financing, and this happened to a friend of mine, she wanted to get another car. She couldn't because debt to income ratio, because one car report to the credit bureau. So let's say I'm building my fleet. I got these cars out there making me money. I got this Rolls Royce. Now I want to go right away, or just a couple months later, I want to buy this brand new Cadillac Escalade because I know that's going to make me a lot of money when Art Basel comes to Miami, which is why I got it actually, right? Guess what? If the Rolls-Royce bank financing is reporting to my credit bureau, they're going to go, man, you crazy. You ain't getting no more cars. You're not getting another car right now. But because Exotic Car Leasing is who they are, the real plug, boom, here you go, Mr. Carson. I walked into I was looking for this particular Cadillac Escalade, one with every option available to mankind and a particular look that I wanted to it, right? An exotic executive look. And there was only 38 of them in the entire country with that particular package. And I was like, man, I found one was at a car dealer, an exotic car dealer in Hollywood, Florida. I raced down there. I literally got in my car. I was flying there because those things go like this, hotcakes. I raced down there. Boom, boom, boom. I pull up. Is the car still here? Yeah, still here. You want to take a look? I said, yeah. They walked me around back to the lot. I saw the car. He opened it up. I looked inside. I said, I'll take it. He said, you want to test drive it? I said, no, it's a 2021. What am I going to test drive this car for? I'll take it. He goes, okay, let's go inside and get the financing. I said, don't worry about the financing. My leasing company will wire the full amount for this car tomorrow morning. The guy goes, what? Come on, man. I said, no, give me your information. My leasing company will contact you. Tomorrow morning, you'll have the wire for the full amount of this car. Next morning, wire sent out like clockwork. Oh, you can come pick up the keys. I go pick up the keys. The guy goes, this kid, his name is Justin. He goes, I never seen a car deal like this before. I said, listen, you ain't never seen forbidden knowledge before. This is how we move. 2 days later, my car was in Art Basel driving around people making money. Making money. See? But you can't go conventional financing to do deals like this, or it ain't going to happen. Once they see you got one big car, they're going to be like 2 big cars. No, we can't. They might let you get 2 if the second one is like, less than 100. But you want that Escalade was 130. The Rolls Royce 380,000, and then the Mercedes was another 147,000. There go the Mercedes. I went through Alley. Why am I showing you this one? Look at this Alley, because it's in Forbidden Knowledge's name. It's not in Billy Carson's name. I put everything in the business name. This is business financing. 2 people said they couldn't hear me. Just can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me on the YouTube side, because I see a lot of people responding to what I'm saying very clearly and easily. So if you can hear me, just type yes. If there's somebody who can't hear, just click refresh. You should be good to go. Okay, good. I'm good. Okay, thank you. This is how we roll, guys. So you're talking about 3 2021s. Let's add this up right quick. Let's just add this up. 147,000 plus 380,000 plus 130,000. I got $657,000 worth of cars because I know what I'm doing. Because I know what I'm doing. You see? It's all about understanding the system and how to play in this matrix. This company is a real plug. Now, this is the second plug for you, Ally. For business financing, this is the second plug. So they'll give you a shot, even if they do see another high credit limit car on your credit, they'll still give you a shot as long as you can prove that you can afford to make the payment. Bank statements. I sent them bank statements. That's it. That's all I sent them, bank statements. Okay, yeah, you can have it, right? So Ally is cool because what's great about them is they report to business credit. So they report to your business credit and they report to your personal credit. Now, why did I do that? Why did I not give them the third car? Well, this is why. You have to have some car credit on your personal credit to get certain things. It's an installment loan or a lease from a car loan. You need at least to have one good car credit on your personal. I didn't want my personal credit to be completely bare because I had paid the previous Mercedes off to zero balance and then got rid of it, sold it. So here's the situation. If you don't have any personal car credit, if you do need to go get a car under your personal name, it's going to be very hard to get because they're going to say you can't prove us that you can afford a payment this high or a car in this range. It's hard to get a car in the 100,000 plus range when you haven't had a car even close to 80,000. They want to see some kind of track record. So I didn't want to put all my cars on Exotic because they don't report to nothing. I had to leave one out and put it over here. You see, you got to leave one out. So you got a little, okay, because what if Exotic go out of business next week? I don't think they will, but what if they did? I got to have something to rely on to go get myself some cars and personal credit. See, you have to know how to play in the system. Now, with this Mercedes 2021, I've already ordered the 2023. It's on its way. It'll be here in a couple of weeks. Why did I do that? I just got this other car. Well, listen, when the car gets to the point where it needs tires or brakes or it needs its third service visit, it's time to get rid of it because by then your depreciating value is going down too much. Time to get rid of it. I'm not getting no brake jobs. You got to be kidding me. Brake job? I'm not getting no brake jobs, man. I'm not buying a whole nother set of tires. Are you kidding me? No. You see, what you do is you go back and you order like you're in a, like you're going to order a suit, you go in there, I want to order a car, right? This is how you do it. So you go in, you sit down with a salesman, you pick everything out. For this car, I picked everything out. I picked everything out from the top to the bottom, the wheels, the interior, the panels, the dashboard, the steering wheel, everything. $2,000 down. They're going to build me a whole car. It's going to take them about 3 to 4 months to deliver it. By the time the car arrives, the value of the car that I'm in, the Mercedes I'm in, is going to be at break even or maybe a small profit. I will be able to flip out of that right into the 2023 for almost $0 exchange and have a brand new car with a brand new warranty, brand new tires and brand new brakes, brand new service. And my payment's going to be roughly about the same. And I didn't lose any money. I didn't go upside down. I didn't go into debt. I didn't have to add a negative equity situation to a new car. So my payment ain't going to go sky high. I know some people look at my payments and think, well, these payments are already high, $2,300 a month for the Mercedes. That's actually reasonable. That's pretty decent. All right. So considering that those are payments that I write off and the cars make profits, right? These are business cars. When people arrive in town, my talent arrives in town to film at my studios, they're picked up in Rolls Royces and Mercedes and Escalades, not picked up in I don't tell them to take an Uber to the studio. I have them picked up with a real driver and a chauffeur who was actually my real bodyguard. So all this is write-offs. All this is write-offs, So you can't let the numbers of the car payments scare you. When you're in business, you're in business. This is my cost of doing business. In another business, I would have to spend more than $2,300 just to buy the inventory of whatever I'm selling, right? And all the people I got to hire, and all the payroll fees I got to pay, and all the overhead I got to pay for the office, and this and that. This business is just a car, insurance, and that's it. You make money. You make money. So it's just another way of making passive income, and these are the real plugs. I'm giving you the real plugs. What's the next move? I'm buying a Falcon 50 private jet. I found a way to get a private jet without paying for it. A free jet. I found a way to get a free private jet. I added up all the money I was spending on airfare. I think we spent almost $220,000 in airfare last year and spent 6 months in hotels. That's how much traveling. And I'm like, man, that's ridiculous. I'm spending all this money on airfare and hotels, and I'm not making, and there's no way to get any profit back out of that. I'm obviously traveling and I'm working and doing my stuff, but there's gotta be something here. There's gotta be a way. I started looking into charter companies, and I found out that there's jet charter companies all over the United States. I picked the Falcon 50 because the Falcon 50 is a good entry-level jet. It's not a Gulfstream, which means it can't go from here to London, but it can go all over the United States. It can stop in Cali and make it to Hawaii. Okay, it can go all over the Caribbean because there's enough places to refuel, and it would actually make me a profit, and then my flights would be free. So instead of spending $200,000 on flights, because I only fly first class, I can actually now be in super first class, go to private entrances to get on my flight. Don't have to worry about going through that garbage rigmarole and all these TSA agents. And on top of that, I make a profit. How do I make a profit? Well, these charter companies, and they're all over the place. You can just Google airline charter company, private jet charter companies in your area. They have a shortage of what? Jets. So many people are riding private jets now that there's a shortage of them. I know 2 people now that are making more money in private jets than they were doing in real estate. And they were lifers in real estate. So you get the private jet, you license it with the chartering company. They have people that come in, companies and individuals that come and pay to fly in your jet, pay your crew and everything else. And you make a profit. They pay the fuel, they pay for everything. On average, based on the number of charters that this one company was doing for another client that they had that did the same thing I'm going to do, they were making about $5,000 a day. And then when they needed to fly somewhere, they just hop on their jet and go. Everything, the money, the profit is enough to cover all the expenses. So my next move is getting a Falcon 50. This is the jet I chose, a Falcon 50. I can get one entry level for about $3.4 to $4.4 million, depending on the year and the service and everything else. And I'll have a jet that I'll, when I'm not flying, it'll be flying and making me dollars. It'll be flying for dollars. And when I need to go somewhere, they'll relocate it to my local private airport and I'll fly. You see? These companies are in the UK. They're actually all over the world. Private charter jet companies are a huge way that very few people know to make a killing. A lot of corporations, now that I dug into it so deep in the last 6 months, there's a lot of corporations that own private jets, but their jets are sitting as well. What do? They let these private chartering companies fly people around and they share the profits with them. That's how they cover the cost of their private jets. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I'm telling you. But how did I get to this point? Step-by-step process. I understood how money worked. I understood the mindset of money. I understood that it takes money to make money. I worked on building my business credit. I worked on fixing my personal credit. I got myself business lines of credit. Once I did that, the sky's the limit. Now I can get real estate, I can get cars, I can get jets, whatever I want, because my businesses are debt-free and we pay all of our bills on time. You see? This is how you get a private jet. You want a private jet and fly for free like I'm going to do? Now you know how the game works. This is Exotic Sports Cars. By the way, that's who's going to finance my first jet. Exotic. They're going to finance the jet. Okay, just so you know. Exotic Sports Cars. They're exoticsportscars.com. They're based out of Pompano Beach, Florida, but they will let you use their finance services all over the United States. I don't know about international. I don't know. I didn't check on the international. You can always call them and ask. They might, because people who buy exotic cars live all over the world. But as far as I know, for sure, guaranteed in America, Exotic Sports Cars, that's the direct plug. Okay. Their website is exoticsportscars.com. Their phone number, 954-942-3151. 954-942-3151. Tell them Billy sent you. They don't even know I'm doing this. Tell them Billy Carson, Forbidden Knowledge, sent you over there, and give them a call. They actually have cars on their website too as well. Okay. I had a 2018 Rolls Royce. I'm on my 4th Rolls Royce now. But I had a 2018, and I just ordered the 5th one because the brakes are coming due on this 2021, and I'm not buying brakes. So, but the 2018 mint condition, they bought it from me more than I paid for it from the Rolls Royce dealership. They bought back my car before I got into the 2021. They gave me more money than the dealership. was going to pay me, and they paid me more than I even paid for the car because at that time there was a chip shortage. But these people are rock solid, man, rock solid. They took that car and put it up on their website and leased it out to somebody, and then they got it back. I guess it was a short-term lease. They got it back and leased it out again. It's out again. They're making a killing off that one car, that one Rolls Royce. But yeah, exoticsportscars.com. Check them out. To do this, you're going to need to file a corporation. Let's look at the types of corporations. You got sole proprietorship. Don't do it. Waste of time. That works on your social security number. You're going to be, you're not going to be considered a real business. You're just not, okay? You're not going to get the lines of credit and things like that that you really want and need. You need a tax ID number. A general partnership, I'm not a big fan of those either. Those are hard to get lines of credit. A limited partnership, an LLP, also kind of the same thing, a little harder to get, but you can get some business financing with those. Requires everyone to sign. The general partnership and the limited partnership, you got to have too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. People got to be on the board. You got to have things got to be signed. People, when you go to get money, they got to sign with you. It's too much involvement with other people, right? S Corp, yes, that's what you want. An S Corp or a C Corp. C Corp, let me give it a difference. The S Corp is better for small business that's never going to go public, okay? It's never going to go public. You have no intention of going to NASDAQ with your company. You just want to be a small business and operate, make as much money as you can and be happy. That's fine. You get an S Corp. You have great tax benefits there, okay? It's not too bad, but the government requirements, they say that they're high, but they're not really high. I mean, they're average, to be honest with you. The thing about the S Corp is it gives you a better tax break than a C Corp. The C Corp is what you have to do if you plan on selling shares of your company. Forbidden Knowledge is a C Corp. We're not an S Corp. We're a C Corp. You want to sell shares of your company. You want to make it to NASDAQ. Like we're going to uplist to NASDAQ eventually this year, right? We'll be on the stock exchange. You have to have a C Corp or you can't do that. Other benefit of a C Corp is it's more open because it's considered a company that's growing to be a big corp, not a small business, open to huge lines of credit and other financial opportunities that some of the smaller corporations just don't get access to. However, taxes are high because you have to file business taxes and personal taxes. So it becomes, you got to realize your taxes are there. But I live in Florida and there's no state tax, so it doesn't matter to me. And then limited liability, an LLC, limited liability corporation. Those are good for a couple of reasons. One, for tax purposes. You're going to run a small business that you want protection against lawsuits. They can only sue what the business has. They can't come after you personally. LLC is the way to go. And with the LLC, you don't have to file separate taxes. You can file one tax return for your business because you're allowed to withdraw money right from the business for your own personal use. So an LLC is the way to go if you want to keep a small business, still get lines of credit and everything else, but you want protection against your personal assets. So you would get a limited liability corporation, okay? You're not going to be able to take that corporation public or take it to the stock exchange because it's an LLC. It operates a little bit differently, but you do get a better tax break than all of the other ones in terms of taxes. And you have protection against your personal assets, okay? 7 ways small business owners can reduce their tax bill. Pay for health insurance. That's number 1. You get health insurance, it's a big tax break for you. Save for retirement. Start a retirement fund for yourself, all right? That's money that's going in that becomes tax-free. Save for retirement. Claim the qualified business income deduction on your taxes. All right. A lot of people forget about that. I don't know why some of these tax people, they don't even remember themselves. Using your car for business purposes like I do, like you just saw my receipts, using your car for business purposes, okay? Depreciation expense. So everything in this studio has depreciation. This desk, this chair, the lights, the camera I'm talking into right now, the TV behind it with your stuff on it, your chat on it. This all depreciates. So I get credit for depreciation. Home office deduction. Clearly, I'm in a home office. As a matter of fact, I set my whole house up as a studio. Every room is a studio. Every room can be used to film shows and projects. And I can actually charge my company a fee for doing that and get tax breaks. Home office financing costs for the business. So when you begin to get big lines of credit, there's fees for getting lines of credit. There's fees that the banks will charge you. Usually they build it into the financing. Well, you can get those written off as well. Okay. So we've covered a lot there. I gave up a lot of plugs. I gave up a lot of direct sources for the things that I do and how I maneuver and how I've been able to make a lot of money and live a fabulous life. Before I go any further, I want to let you know this, especially for people who are listening that have invested in Forbidden Knowledge. I haven't taken a paycheck from Forbidden Knowledge. I haven't taken a paycheck. I think in the last 4 years, it is probably 70, 80,000 total, which is, I don't even know what that comes with, but those were personal expenses that I used. I just had to write them as that because I had already spent money, put money back into the business for other reasons. And I will eventually have to take a paycheck because, you can't continue on without taking a paycheck. But how do I live? Well, I live on what I just showed you. I just showed you some of my game, how I operate, plus the stock exchange. Plus, we're going to get into now what I'm going to talk about shortly here now, liquidity pools, how I make money off liquidity pools. But I make a lot of money off of things that I do on the side, okay? And speaking of liquidity pools, I'm now finally able to fund the very first liquidity pool for the Forbidden Coin. So people who bought the Forbidden Coin will be able to exchange it and trade it starting next week, which is pretty cool. The liquidity pool for that will be finally funded. It's on the Binance Smart Chain platform. And it's on, I forgot the name of that thing, that little app, Swap, something Swap. You guys know what it's called. But anyway, that's where you can find the coin. But starting next week, you'll be able to actually trade the coin because there'll be a liquidity pool there. So I was talking with Brother Rich and brother Dr. B about, becoming a bank and how you can become your own bank, especially after I saw the situation with what happened to Kanye West when Chase Bank just said, you know what, we're going to freeze all your money and close you down. Well, you can't. And then the bank, the finance company that was holding all of his money on the Apple Pay, Adidas had all that money frozen. I think it was $70 million frozen. He couldn't even use his Apple Pay. He's gone down to peanuts, none, right? No money. So these banks, they just do what they want to do when they want to do it. So I said to myself, I need to make my own bank. How can I become my own bank? And as soon as I said it, I knew I cast it out into the universe. I casted it out to the universe. And guess what? The answer started coming back almost immediately. Almost one of my Forbidden Knowledge NFT black card holders called me up literally almost the next day and said, look, we got some great opportunities in dealing with funding liquidity pools. It's like you're being your own bank. I was like, oh my God, I just said I need to become my own bank. I started digging deep, deep, deep into becoming your own bank. Several ways. There's several ways to become your own bank. You don't have to be Chase. You don't have to be Bank of America. There's a lot of small banks out here now that are only online banking only, and are making a lot of money. So there's a couple ways to do it. This one here is first, understanding and knowing the business, the banking business. Take some classes on banking, business banking and understanding how the finance system works if you don't know already. You got to write a business plan. That's the first thing you got to do with any business you start. Then you have to raise capital. So the business plan is going to help you raise capital. You start a crowdfunding campaign, a business crowdfunding campaign, just like I did for Forbidden Knowledge. You start one on Start Engine or True Crowd, one of these business crowdfunding online services. You launch it. You'll need a business plan, but you launch it on there. You'll raise the money. You need to raise at least $20 million, which is not hard to do if you're really grinding and working and putting in the effort. And then you get a charter. And once you get a charter, then you can apply for the FDIC approval process, which is going to require an FBI background check. Okay? Just keep that in mind. You're going to have to pass the FBI background check. Which, by the way, in order for me to uplist Forbidden Knowledge or to get to do a Reg CF, also to do the Reg A Plus, which we just filed, and then eventually listing on NASDAQ, all three of those require a what? An FBI background check, which I obviously passed clearly. Saying that as a little shot in the dark for all these little websites that pop up. Billy Carson's an ex-con. He's been in prison and he... Okay. Yeah, okay. You believe that if you want to. My record is clean. Matter of fact, I have a concealed weapons license in the state of Florida, which you can't have if you're a convicted felon. So anyway, moving on with it from there. Check for any other necessary permits, depending on what state you're in or what city you're in. There may be a couple of additional business permits you have to get. And then, of course, from there, you get your customers. So it's really not that hard to start a bank. The requirements aren't that tough, to be quite honest with you. Anybody can start a bank. Literally, if you can raise the money and you have you can pass the FBI background check, you can start a bank. You can make it an online bank. Do it the conventional way. I wouldn't start up a brick and mortar bank these days. To me, that'd be ridiculous. All right. You have the infinite banking in action, which we talked about earlier today with the whole life policy, where you basically are profiting. You're not profiting, but you have dividends and money that you're getting paid for whatever you do. That are getting funded into your whole life policy, your paycheck, whatever you're using the investment money you're using to fund your to fund your whole life policy, and then you're building up your cash value, and whenever you need to get access to money, you can just tap into it. You tap into your compound interest savings account and withdraw whatever you need if it's available, and then you pay it back to yourself. So you're withdrawing money against your own policy and paying it back against your own policy. Taking it out and paying it back, taking it out, paying it back, right? And that way you literally become your own bank by using insurance policies to do it. This is how the Rothschilds got wealthy. They gave everyone in their family these policies, and then they took loans against the policies and withdrew money out and funded the whole banking empire from insurance policies. That's how they are worth now $700 trillion from doing this, what you see on the board right here. Okay. Somebody wants me to talk about business tax return people. I will give you a plug for that also. So another way to do it is to fund liquidity pools, which is something I've been involved in now. I started with $3,000, maybe $6,000, and it's already growing. Plus, the business model that it's under has afforded me now to make over $50,000 in just a few short weeks. So a liquidity pool, what is a liquidity pool? Liquidity pools are the game-changing innovation in decentralized finance, DeFi, that facilitates trading on decentralized exchanges, which are called DEXs, and provide liquidity through a collection of funds locked in a smart contract. We're talking about cryptocurrency pools. So, like, for example, I just said my Forbidden Coin. I launched that about 7 months ago, but I finally am at the point where I can create a liquidity pool. So now people who own the coin will be able to actually trade it. You have to have enough money in a area of the blockchain to allow the coin to be bought and sold back and forth. It's called a liquidity pool. What they discovered was there's a lot of people out there like myself that would love to help fund liquidity pools for a percentage of the profits. And this has become a very, very huge way to make a lot of money on the side, passive income. And so I began doing this, and quite a few people from Forbidden Knowledge are just seeing my lives and participating in some of the free workshops we did on this topic have already started making money. Okay. My net value in my I forget the name of the website, but my net value went from $2,800 on the first day to now it's over $50,000 now, right now, today. And this is a public website that anyone can pull up. The beautiful thing about this whole DeFi and this crypto, you can go on the blockchain and pull me up, and you can see exactly what I'm saying is true. There's no way to hide it. It's public knowledge. It's public information. Okay, so funding liquidity pools allows you to become your own bank because you're lending money to these currencies that are then allowing trades to go on, and you're making a percentage on those trades. And in some cases, you can average 8 to 10% on your money, which is phenomenal, per month. And you take your profits out. This is a new way of making money that I discovered that I'm so excited about. I'm just chomping at the bit to share it because there's enough room for everyone. And so this is another plug that I got, and this is a big one, okay? This is a big one. So why do we need liquidity? I'm going to give you the contact information in a minute. Why do we need liquidity pools? Like traditional stock exchanges, trading on centralized cryptocurrency exchanges is based on the order book model, where buyers and sellers place orders. While buyers try to buy an asset at the lowest price possible, sellers try to sell it for as high as possible. For the trade to occur, both buyer and seller have to agree on the price. What if neither buyer nor seller converges on the price? Or what if there is not enough liquidity for the order to get executed? That is where the concept of market makers comes into play. Market makers facilitate trading because we're willing to buy or sell a particular asset, thereby providing liquidity and enabling traders to trade without waiting for another buyer or seller. So I'm a market maker now. That's what I do. And this is a great way to make passive income. It literally doesn't take any of my time. With other than the setup process, which they walk you through step by step, it literally doesn't take any of my time. I can keep doing what I do. I'm not worried if the coins are going up or going down. I can care less. I don't care. I'm making money either way. You see, this is the best way to make money on crypto, in my personal opinion. And I found this from one of my black card holders, Matthew. So thank you, Matthew. Shout out to Matthew, man. I appreciate you. I'm glad you bought my NFTs and we started hanging out and stuff because you woke me up to something huge, huge. And so if you want to find out how to become your own bank by becoming a market maker, by funding liquidity pools, and you can start off with, listen, the owner of this company, his girlfriend started with $100. Okay. You don't have to be rich to do this, but you need to go to this website. It's arcrypto.io/Billy Carson. I'm gonna drop it into the chat right quick on both accounts so you can have it. Schedule a free consultation. It doesn't cost you any money. Schedule a free consultation. And let me pull it up. arcrypto.io/Billy Carson. Copy this. I got a copy of it. The link works. Make sure you schedule a free consultation ASAP. Book a free call. It doesn't cost you any money to learn more about this amazing way to make passive income. This is huge. It's like becoming your own bank. I'm typing in the comments on the YouTube account now. Actually, here it goes. I'm dropping the link right now. Copy this. It's there in the chat right now. I'll drop it in there twice just in case it's moving too fast. Make sure you book yourself a call ASAP. Now I'm going to put it on the other page for the live feed. Let's see here, general description. Okay. I got the comments. So what I'll do is this. I'm going to put it in the caption of the video on Forbidden Knowledge TV. so that it's always there. Anyone can just go to the caption on the full description and see it right there and click the link. So it's on Forbidden Knowledge TV as we speak right now in the caption of the same video. So just refresh the video on Forbidden Knowledge TV and you'll see the link pop right up underneath the caption of the actual video. And I'll also drop it in the comment feed right now as well. Let me do that real quick. Takes 1 second. This is important information. This is one of the most incredible, easiest ways I found to make money in a very, very long time. I mean, it's just incredible. Send this here. And let me put it up here right quick. If you want to learn how to have passive income, this is one of the greatest ways. And it doesn't require you to be, the more money you have, the more money you're going to make. But if you don't have a lot, okay, start with a little. But I'm telling you, the more you put in, the better it is. I'm going to drop this in the chat right now on the Forbidden Knowledge TV page. I just dropped it in there, drop it in there twice. Click that link and get yourself a free consultation. It doesn't cost you any money, just a little bit of your time to learn more about what I'm talking about and how it can work for you, or if it's even for you. All right. I told you about Rapid Credit Boosters. This is their website, rapidcreditboosters.com. Go to that website or their phone numbers there too. You can call them, but just tell them coupon code FORBIDDEN, 20% off. They will fix your credit for 20%.